Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode on our Get to Know Athlete series. I'm so excited to have Brian McLaughlin on here with me today, a Dartmouth alum, racer on global, and pretty much epic GS skier, in my opinion, but an overall skier. But so before we get started, Brian, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Parker.
And so, easy questions just to get us going. Where are you from? How old are you? And what's your favorite event?
So I'm originally from Topsfield, Mass. I was born in Rhode Island, but I lived in Mass pretty much my whole life and started skiing at Sunday River, then moved to Waterville Valley, then GMVS, US team, Dartmouth, back to the US team. So it's been kind of a wild ride there. I'm 27 years old and primarily a GS skier at this point in my old age.
So that's cool that you hopped around a bunch of different programs. Definitely an East Coast kid for sure. But now you're racing in Europe quite a bit with global racing. So can you talk a little bit about how this season was, what global really does, and how that affects you as an independent racer?
Yeah, so global racing is based in Austria. I mean, Paul Epstein is our head coach. He's an American, but he is married and lives in Austria now. And so we were primarily skiing in Europe the whole year, not really going back and forth with the COVID stuff going on. Yeah, it's a great team. It's primarily GS skiers. A couple guys are skiing slalom too, but a lot of guys from different nations that either don't have national teams or were cut from their national teams. So it's guys that have high level World Cup aspirations, and it's a really good training group, and we get great training and try to work to ski as fast as we can together.
So you mentioned COVID that was kind of keeping you from being able to fly back and forth. How was COVID for you this season? Were there any really positives that you could take away from it in terms of learning experiences, or was it just a total pain in the neck for your ski season?
I mean, you can always learn from trying to be flexible with the schedule and stay on your toes and just kind of take what it comes. That's what you need to do in ski racing anyway. In normal times, is kind of take what you get. If races get canceled, you just look to the next opportunity. In general, in Europe, it was a bit crazy with border restrictions because every country kind of had different rules on what you needed to do to get into the country and cross borders. And for a moment there, Tyrol, which was the state in Austria where we were living in, they had the new variant, the South African variant. So it was, you needed a test just to leave that state every time. So we were probably testing about 3 days a week on average for most of the season. So it was a bit crazy on that. But I mean, in general, we got to ski race. And even though some races were canceled for the most part, it was pretty smooth. And yeah, I mean, we got to do what we want to do. So yeah, I can't complain too much.
Yeah, definitely a good positive outlook. And so, also, can you talk about how this season went and what you are working on moving into the next season as we're kind of coming into the spring right now?
Yeah, I mean, with COVID, I got COVID early in the season and had some issues getting going. But my goal of the season was kind of getting my world rank back down and trying to set myself up for World Cups next season. So I did get back in the top 150. I think I'm in the top 100 now too. But I'd like to further improve that. But I think in general, I made good progress on my skiing as the season went along, and I'm just trying to set myself up for summer training and really push into next year and try to be really fast next year.
You mentioned summer training too, and I'm going to pick your brain. Where are you going this summer? What's your plan for summer training? And do you have really a big focus that you would want to share with the sync community about what you try and maximize when you do get this time to really slow down and train in the summer?
Yeah, so we're planning to start in Europe in July. I think some Stelvio, Sasfe, stay pretty fluid on that based on weather conditions and how those glaciers are looking. Um, in general, for a focus, it's really trying to get consistency going. I mean, I think I had some really good turns last year, but really trying to get things going for a full run. So both technically and tactically trying to ski a good line consistently and put good power into the ski on all turns and not let myself waver from that too much in certain sections or just try to be good from top to bottom. And I think my skiing's good enough that if it's consistent, it can be fast. So may as well just try to keep hammering that in and get good volume in the summer and put it all together.
Well, Brian, it was so awesome to be able to get to ask you some questions and really show the Sync team and our Sync community who you are, what you're up to, and allow them to cheer for you as we move into the next season. And we're hoping to be watching you in some World Cups as we move forward. So thank you so much for your time. And to the Sync community, I hope you got to know Brian a little bit better, and we'll catch you all next time.
Thank you so much, Parker. That was a lot of fun.